It's Cheryl. I'm really excited. I finally got up enough courage to try making a homemade jelly plate. And it worked. I've had the stuff for forever, and I decided that last night I decided I was just going to go ahead and do it and try it. I've been watching like Josie Gito do a bunch of them and other people on YouTube, and it just looks like so much fun. So I had to make one, and I found a recipe that works really, really well. So I will link that in the description box at the bottom. Yeah, that's not good. But anyway, yeah, it worked out. It's a little sticky, and the lady who I used the recipe from said hers turned out that way too, but she said as she worked with water that it lost its stickiness. So I'm hoping that'll happen here too. I put some water on it last night, and it's not near as tacky as it was. So we'll start. I'm anxious to start. I've never done this. I am so excited. So I've got my brayer, and this is just a cheap Hobby Lobby brayer, but I'm hoping it'll work. I found a bunch of things that I think, would be good to use on this. So I have those. I'm going to do what I saw one lady do. I can't remember her name. Jan Gray, I think it was. She used a piece of cloth to wipe up her, when she cleaned her jelly plate, and it, so then you have a nice, printed jelly, you have the paints on your cloth. And I've been watching Josie do jelly prints. Hi, Josie. On fabric, and it really looked like a lot of fun. So what I used to make mine in, mine is a 10 by 10 square, and what I used to make it in was this. Now, I'm not sure what this is, but I'm pretty sure it's not a light fixture, because this thing weighs about 5 pounds. It's really, really heavy. And it cost me $2 at Goodwill. It's perfectly smooth all over. I'm wondering if it isn't maybe like a lab plate, or maybe a small photography, where they can put the chemicals in, the glass is really thick. Because I got it up in Brookings, South Dakota, and that's where South Dakota State University is, so a lot of times they donate some things to Goodwill. Mine is a little out of shape here. I'm just going to scoot it back in. Yeah, I am really excited about this. So I have some old book pages over here to clean my brayer off. And right now I just have it sitting on a piece of foil-covered cardboard, and then I cover it with plastic wrap to keep it. And these are supposed to last, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I am really excited. I bought some little decorative brayers that Tuesday morning. I think I paid $3.99 for them. I'm going to be trying those. I've never done this, so bear with me, guys. Here we go. I want to try one with a Valentine's. My paint. I want to try one with, for a Valentine's thing. And I'm probably getting too much paint because I have never, like I said, done this. But we're going to see what's going to happen here. Get a little pink. Come on, you can do it. Some of my paints are kind of old, so there's not a lot left in some of them. I don't want a lot of red. Just a little red. Because I think red can overpower, everything. And I think to that I'm going to add just a little bit of antique white. Here and there. Come on. That was a bubble. Right in the middle. A little over here. Maybe some there. And I think I just had a paint glob in there, so I'm hoping I don't. I don't know what'll happen if I do, but I'm just going to go ahead. And mine is a little sticky right now, and I'm just going to try rolling this out. Maybe I do not have enough paint. It's kind of looking that way, that I didn't get quite enough paint here. Oh, and I think that is a paint blob. There. So I'm going to add a little more of each of the colors, see if I can get them to mix around better. And you can tell this is a little bit sticky because my brayer is sticking in. Oh, I didn't want to add that much. It's going to be pink. A little of that red over on. Oh, come on. Just because you're old and there's not much left in you, it's a good thing to use it up on. I am not getting my jelly plate covered. Okay, so this isn't good. goofing up already. I'm not getting it covered, and I see my brayer's leaving lines, so maybe I need to invest in a better brayer also, or not push so hard. Come on, you can do it. All right, like I said, I've got to figure out what the right, amount of paint is to have on this, because I'm obviously just not getting enough. I want to cover my jelly plate, and I'm getting the blobs in it, so I'm going to have to get a different thing of paint or stop using that one because it is. Okay, so this is not right. There's not near enough paint. Put a little more on. Just going to put some more pink on here and there and see if I can't get it to smooth out all over. I've watched a lot of people do this. Theirs just smooth out so nice. I'm not going to get this to work like I wanted it to, obviously. And I don't know, maybe there's a certain paint you should be using, or I'm just not getting enough paint either. See, I'm not getting much off my brayer, so before this dries, I'm probably going to end up wiping this off and trying it again. Come out. Come on. You can do it. Oh, that's impossible. I know what's with that one. I just don't think there's enough paint left. Yeah, see, I'm wiping it off. It's drying on me. Alright. Disaster number one. So I'm just going to take some water, and I'm going to clean it all off, and we'll start again. Oh yeah, it's not wanting to come off either. You're not getting wet enough. Alright, you get to watch me make a jelly print disaster today. How's that? So I know most people are like, oh, they just wipe right off. Maybe I've got too much water now. I don't know. But then I didn't even try to take any of this paint off with a piece of paper either. So I think I'm going to grab one of those book pages, and I'm just going to put it down in here and try to get some of this paint to peel up. Yeah, so I just have now a pink book page. And I'll put this one down and try to get some more because it's going to clean off a lot better. And I am a paint mess. Maybe I should save this for Make a Mess Monday. Maybe I will save it for Make a Mess Monday. Alright, a lot more paint off. Yeah, so I'll just set these, I don't even have any place. I'll set them down here on top of my wastebasket to dry, and I'll use this paint piece to, yeah, I need to get this paint off of here. I was like, oh, I was going to come in here to make it look so easy, and I was just going to, I was going to just, be able to just, wipe it, or listen to me. I'm getting so rattled because this didn't work, and I know I shouldn't, but I do. So yeah, I need to, I thought I was going to come in here and just go, oh, okay, we're just going to put down the paint, and we're going to start doing this. It's not happening that way, and obviously it's not cleaning up because I have too much paint on to just wipe it right off, and not enough paint to do a jelly print. So we're going to clean this off, and we're going to try it again. I am determined to get a print off this thing. It took me, I think it was over a month to get up enough nerve, and I'm making a mess everywhere. This is definitely going to be a Make a Mess Monday, because I am making a mess. I'm going to get out a baby wipe, because, yeah, this just isn't, these things, you go to get them out, and they rip. So I think somebody needs to make a better baby wipe dispenser. I saw Mamie made it. Take one of the ones that Jamie at Punch Place Plus sells, and that was so cute when she got done with that. Oh, God, I'm getting it underneath and everywhere else. Look at that. That's terrible. Cheryl, you really know how to make the messes you do. Good thing it's only acrylic paint and it cleans up rather easily with everything. But I want to make sure that I get it all off because I don't want it down there. So let's see if we can get this wiped up, and I bet I have it underneath here too, but no, I have it along the edge. So it's going to pull it up a little bit. I don't want to distort it. I don't want it to tear on me. That's one of my biggest things. I'm kind of afraid it's going to tear on me as I go. Alright. So maybe my Valentine's idea is out right now. I have some metallic paints. I don't know how they'll work, but I'm sure they'll work. Maybe I could use some of them. Ah, look, pink hands. Okay, we're going to try this again. And this time, I'm going to try some purple. I had some green down here. It's kind of like wasabi. It was really cool looking. But I'm not seeing it now. That. Oh, here it is. Okay, well, let's try for a bright one. I know these paints are newer. I'm going to shake them up really good. You can hear them in there. This one's a little, yeah, there it goes. And there's some purple. And we're going to try that. We're going to make a really bright one. I want to try this, and I'm so screwed up the first thing. So I'm going to put quite a bit of paint on this time. Then I'll probably have too much, but I don't know if this is one of those things where it's better to have too much than not enough, and I'm now getting paint all over me. Definite make a mess Monday. This is some of the paint I added a little bit of water to. Alright, and yeah, I'm thinking I'm probably going to have, will you please stop? I'm thinking I'm going to probably have way too much paint. But I want some of the green. So we're going to do it like that and see what happens this time. I'm not going to push hard on my brayer. Bottle over there. Yeah, this is all newer paint. I'm loving these colors together, I can tell you that. And I don't really want to mix them too much, but I'm not sure how this is going to go if I don't brayer it out, you know, into colors. And for some reason, my brayer is leaving some lines here that I don't want. Alright, I think I just about got this down here. I don't know why my brayer's leaving those lines. I guess it's just the edge of the brayer. Maybe I need a different type of brayer. But the lines will make it interesting also because they should show up on my print. Okay, and I'm just experimenting with different types of papers. So this is some card that I have. Oh yeah, I want to do something cool with it. That's why I have all this stuff, right? So I think I'm just going to run a little, I don't know if that's even going to show up. Just going to run a little double line of that. Doesn't look like it's even really showing up on there. I'll put a stencil down. I watched somebody do this and it was really cool. So, oops, I only have two of them. So here goes my first attempt at a jelly print. Probably not going to be too cool because I think I have more than one of these down. I do, but we'll see what happens on the bottom one. Alright, I'm just going to peel them both off. And I didn't have quite enough paint, but that is really cool. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to take this off now. Stencil. I'm going to lay it over here because, oh, I really don't have a place for all that. You couldn't see the little thing. You can see it over here. Now that's cool. That makes some neat stuff, but and it's falling. I'll deal with that later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down another piece of paper right now and make what they call a ghost print, where you just go over what you already have down, because I'm really liking that. So I'm just going to push down on it. But too hard, I don't really want to squish the jelly plate. And since this is 10 by 10 and I'm using 8.5 by 10 paper, or 8.5 by 11 paper, it's not. Now, even this is neat looking to me, you know, and like they said, they call it mono printing because you're never going to get two of the same thing twice. But I'm happy with it. The colors are a little bold. I didn't really want the blobs of color on here. And I mean, that's what I'm ending up with, and I'll take it because it's better than my first disaster I made, definitely. And I think I'm just going to, another book page. Sure how that comes out. I can use it in a junk journal or something like that. And just put it down and mop up some of the rest of this paint because otherwise I've got way too much paint on here. So I know it works now. I know you have to be, you know, smarter than the Gelli Plate, I guess. So I'm just trying to take up some excess paint so I don't have so much trouble cleaning it off this time. But yeah, that one didn't turn out very pretty. But you know what? The nice part is I can always go over it. It's not wasted. I can go over it. Yeah. Okay, those can go in the garbage. This is definitely a Make a Mess Monday, because boy, am I making a mess here. Now I can't even get my baby wipes out to clean up my mess. I guess I'll have to do that later, because I don't want to waste the video time with you watching me clean up messes. I just don't think that's cool. And again, I think I have a little too much paint left on here. I'll have to get used to, you know, laying papers down several times. The only thing I'm not happy about is my bright green, and this is what I was using. It's Apple Barrel's Kiwi, and it is really a bright green, but it must have mixed with the blue or something and turned to yellow on me, so not too cool there. Not what I was hoping for. I think I'm going to need to buy another pack of baby wipes. I'm going to go through them. I should go get some paper towels, but these seem to be working really well to take this off. My Gelli Plate is losing its stickiness that it had originally, so that's a good thing. Yeah. Ew, this is getting all over everywhere. You go sit down with that paper. Okay, I'm thinking about one more wipe with the baby wipe. I'll probably clean it up. I've watched so many people do it. They make it look so easy. Yeah, I've seen people, this is my first attempt, and wow, you know, it comes out really good. Not me. Sometimes I wonder about myself. So I think this time I'm going to try a little metallic paint in here. I'm just trying to get this wiped up really, really good because I don't want those colors on my next print. And I'm not going to go on forever with this, you guys. I'm just going to try a few more things that I think might work, and then I'm quitting because obviously this is something I definitely need some more practice with. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to take up so much time doing that. I need to clean my brayer off. Yeah. I need to wash my brayer off. This is a mess. I'm just not... I don't think I was ready for this. Let's see. Let's try some... I'm going to try some brown. And this is really runny, so it shouldn't take too much to get, you know, what I want out of here. Got another color green down here. If I can't find it, I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, here we go. Italian sage. I'm going to try that with some brown, and I'm going to try the pink again. So I'm just going to kind of, I think, drip this around on here. Different spots, and hopefully it will be enough to cover it. This is pretty runny, if I remember right. Oh yeah. And I want a little pink in this mess, so I'll see if I can get this pink to work. It's kind of globby. I should have put some water with it. Just gonna dilute it down a little bit, that way I'll know I will have enough. Now, it's a big squirt bottle. I can't bought a little bitty one to mist with it, and I can't find it, so it's gonna pop a little water in here because the paint is old and pretty much used up, so I'm just gonna pop a little water in there. You may have to get some of that one stuff that's called a retarder for acrylic paint so it doesn't dry so fast. I was gonna pour this out on there, yeah, okay. And I know this is gonna make this runny, but there's such a little bit of paint in there. We'll see what happens with that. Yeah, it's much better consistency now, I think. So again, I'm going to take my brayer, which is totally gross because I didn't clean it. And I'm going to try to run these colors together. Try to get rid of some of those. Try to work on getting rid of some of the blobs of paint because I really don't want those. I'm thinking I might need to switch to a much softer brayer, which is going to cost me more, but if it'll work with this, I'm good with that. I just ordered some more Lindy's at Joann's. They're on a big sale up until the 24th. $2.49 a bottle. And it's online only, but it's like $2.49 a bottle, and I'm like, yes, I got to get some of that. So I'm gonna rub this off here. Take this paper, and I just want to try. I watched somebody do this. I've got this big stamp that says love, so I'm just gonna try pressing down with the stamp. See if I can get any of the love to show it all. And I've got this green swirl here, but I think that's going to kind of look cool on there, so. And I don't want to push too hard because I don't want the block shape showing. You need to be quiet. And I am just using copier paper. I don't know if you're supposed to use copier paper, but that's what I'm using. So I'm just going to press this down. Oops, got my finger in it to watch that too. And see what we get with this. Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Look at how the love came out on there. Can you see that? I am happy with that. That is so cool. Put it over here. And now I'm going to make a second print. I kind of put it over to this side because this side didn't have any paper on it. And I'm not pressing really hard, but I'm pressing... Will you please be quiet? I'm pressing just enough. Oh, how's that for like vintage, worn looking? And again, you can see the word love on there. Awesome. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, and so now I'm just gonna resort to the baby wipes because I need to clean this off. But oh, that works so well. I love that. I love using the stamps on it. And I really don't know what I'm going to use that bag of a love stamp on anyway. Well, I'm going to be doing a Valentine's journal. I'm going to be reopening my Etsy shop. Only this time it's mostly just going to be handcrafted stuff. I tried with supplies last time, and I mean, I had some graphic 45 that I wanted to, you know, pass on to somebody who could use it and stuff. But yeah, that just didn't go, so. I mean, it did, but it didn't. So it's mostly just going to be handcrafted stuff. Maybe a few chipboard die cuts, you know, that I make. People that don't have the same dies as I do. But yeah, I think it's going to be a place for my journals. And I'm really getting into crocheting the flowers. Oh, I got to tell you, this is so funny. My husband, we have an Alco store in a town called Flandre that's about 6 miles away. And it's the biggest town in the county. And that doesn't say much because it's not a very big town. But he went up there to get some cat food because we'd run out. And he came home and I had said something about I wanted to go to Sioux Falls and I wanted to find some crochet thread. Okay. And I meant the little, you know, normal size spools. He comes home with this humongous spool. Now, I think this says this thing is like 2,700 yards. Really? I'm not going to live that long. I mean, yes, it's nice of him. He can be a little over-helpful sometimes. But it was very nice of him. But what am I going to do with 2,700 yards of crochet cotton? And he got it in both white and ecru. And it was regularly $20, but he got it for like $5. It was that discounted because I want to close the store. So, I mean, it was a great buy. I'm happy he thought about me. I already had white. I was already doing some white flowers. Didn't have the ecru. But I really wanted pinks and blues and, you know, to make some different colored flowers too. But, yeah, so I have 2 spools of crochet cotton now that are about, this is about 2,700 yards of that, so Cheryl's going to be busy. Okay, I really want to try the pink and red for Valentine's. Maybe if I add a little water to the red, because like I said, these are really old paints. This isn't even a red, it's a crimson, but close enough, we'll try it. And now that I know that love stamp works so cool, I'm going to try another one of those. That is just too much fun. And I've got some other big stamps too that say, you know, I don't know if you're supposed to add water to your acrylic paints when they start getting old and running out, but I am because I am. Okay, so it may be a little runny too, but I found it spreads better on the Gelli Plate, so probably want to see if I can find some acrylics or get some of that paint retarder stuff so that, you know, I don't have so much problem with it drying, because I think a lot of it with this older paints, it's just drying too fast. Okay, this time I got a lot of red. We'll go for a little bit of pink. I'm just going to kind of drip it around. And I definitely want some white or off-white. And oh, I'm a mess. I just wiped my neck with my hand. I am like going, okay, how multicolored is my neck now? This one's not even coming out, so it must be really old. And this is my off-white. It's just the Antique White by Apple Barrel. And I'm using mostly Folk Art and Apple Barrel colors, so because that's what I have here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, we'll try it like that. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try this. And I'm really hoping I can get a good coat on here. And I see I've got a little bit of the blue on my brayer yet, so note to self, always make sure brayer is completely clean. But this is really just experimenting, so we'll see what happens with that. And I'm thinking that once again, I do not have enough paint on here because I'm getting the blotches, and especially the white. I wonder what happened if I just barely missed it with just a little bit of water here and there. We'll try that, see what happens. Well, it's spreading out better. I don't know either if this is, you know, acceptable. Like I said, I'm going to have a little bit of blue in there, but I'm really not going to worry too much about that. It is what it is, and I am just learning and experimenting. And I wonder what happens if I put a little bit of metallic in there. I hope it doesn't hurt the Gelli Plate any. I don't think it should, but this is a metallic pinky red. They call it red, but it's not very red. And of course, the video camera also, you know, distorts the colors. So, yeah, I'm a mess. Definitely make a mess Monday on this one, definitely. So I'm going to roll that in. Try to get it rolled out so that it's not, so I don't have those globs. And I really didn't want to mix my paint this much, but I'm seeing some white through there, so. Alright, let's get some paint off of that thing. That's one thing I've got to remember. Okay, so I take my love stamp, and I gotta get another baby wipe here because I have to remember to clean my stamps right away too. I bought these stamps in a bag at Savers, I think it was, and no, it was Goodwill. Goodwill and Brookings. They have all kinds of really cool stuff. And now this is wet, and I have no way to get, because I don't have another paper towel. It's a little piece of lace, so I'll just leave that away. Yep, that's wiping it right off for me. And then I'll just have some, I'm not going to use that lace anyway, but I think I might put it down, and I'm just going to try to go to the edges, because, and I got the wrong side up, but I think we'll be okay. I'm just going to try to go to the edges with this, because it's got some, I think it's out of the 1980s probably, and it's got some fabric sewn to it, which is a peachy color, which to me says, yeah, we're talking 1980s here. Put love there. We'll try to run one down that way, and I'm going to get going on this before my paint dries out on me. So, there we go. And I'm going to be pressing just a little harder up here where this lace is, because I'm really hoping the design is going to come through. I don't think you could do this with a really delicate lace, but then I don't know. Yeah, my lace, I think if I'd have had a more bold pattern on my lace, because as you can see on the sides it didn't come out, but there is my love again, which I'm really happy with. I'm just going to throw this because it's really not that useful, and I've got like a huge, huge, huge blob of it. So then I'm going to add just a little more of the colors. I think we'll go with a little more pink this time. And I think some of the red metallic. And I'm just going to put that there. And I'm just going to roll this back out, if I can. There we go. This is getting kind of a funky, swirly thing to it, because I'm kind of swirling my roller, and again, I've got the blue in it, but I'm not going to fuss about it, because that was just my own fault, not cleaning my roller good, my brayer good. And I've got this rose that I cut out of an old, I think it's a 1980s doily. It's really, in my opinion, not the prettiest, but I'm going to see what that does. I'm going to kind of push it down just lightly into my jelly print, and again, I'm going to try to do the words love around it. There's one. There's another. There's another. Let's try this and see what we get out of it. I'm not pressing real hard. I know the one love down here isn't going to come up because it pulled all the paint off. But we're going to see what happens. And I think I might use my brayer on this one just to roll it. And I mean, this is even kind of neat with the brayer. You get kind of that pretty faded effect with it when you clean it off on stuff. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. And the page I'm cleaning on, I can always, you know, let's see what happens this time. Well, I took off most of my paint, but instead of getting really the print of the doily because it was just too close together, I got an outline of a flower. So, yeah, that didn't work. A regular doily, this is really thick. I want to toss that too because I don't want it. And now I think I'm just going to go around and pick up paint on this. Pick up a lot of my paint if I can. And there we go. Yeah, that's a lot better. I'm getting a lot of paint off. Just rub it around. Well, now see there, I kind of got the print. Secondary, I got the print. So that might be something. Maybe I won't throw that out. You know, just wash it off. That might be something, you know, is you're going to get your ghost print better out of it than you are, you know, your regular print. But this piece is just for the purpose of cleaning off most of my paint on this. So we're just going to plop it down here and see what happens. So I guess I didn't know this was going to turn out quite the way it did. I should have said, welcome to Make a Mess Monday. But yeah, I'm sure this is going to end up being a Make a Mess Monday thing, so. But I'm really pleased, like, with the prints that I got off of, like, using the stencil. You know, the worst part about all this, so I gotta go clean all that up now. But it's fun. It's really fun. So I will definitely post below on the description box my my recipe I used for this, and it did work really well. As long as you get things mixed together good, it works pretty well. So I'm just going to clean this up now, and I'm going to finish cleaning it off camera because I've kept you captive long enough watching me bumble through the jelly print. But I really hope that you do try making one yourself because these are really, really fun. I hope you're all having a good weekend. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.